When working with fractions, it takes time to build the basics, and you want students to learn a little bit about the benchmarks of fractions and where they might fall between even 0 and 1, or where they might fall on the spectrum if I were to give them a number line per se. It's important for students to develop this skill because when it comes to computing fractions and adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing them, it's good to have an estimate of where you think your answer is going to be rather than just taking a guess or not really knowing if the answer you got is even close to where it should be. Maybe you made a math mistake or something like that. So a fun little activity to do with students is you can pair them up. You'll present them with an addition or a subtraction problem just for a short amount of time, and then have them discuss and decide whether they think the answer, the solution to the problem, would be more or less than the value 1. So let me show you an example. So if I held up this card, I would only hold it up for a few seconds, so a half plus a fourth, then I would take it away, and I would have students discuss in their groups whether they think it is more or less than 1, and we'd come back together and we would hear their guesses, and if anyone had a guess as to what they thought the answer would be, they could say it, and we could see who was closest. But really what we're looking for is just if it's more or less than 1. And so this would be less than 1. And so it's good to present students with, this was an addition problem, but also working with subtraction problems is also really important. So 3/4 minus 1/3. This would not be over 1, but it's important to still show students that diverse examples in the problems. And then another one is important to show is mixed numbers. A lot of students get thrown off by mixed numbers, but estimating will really help them when they get to computing numbers. If there's a mixed number there and they're getting thrown off, if they're able to estimate where the answer should be about, then it should make them more confident in solving the problem. And this would be less than 1, in case you were wondering. Sometimes for students, they may struggle with fractions, and for those students who are just lower learners in your classroom, it's important to offer them a little bit of assistance with an activity like this. So offering them a number line maybe with some benchmarks, or with some big benchmarks like the halfway point marked or 1/4 marked or something along those lines, and just having those benchmarks marked for those students so they're able to see it and kind of look at it that way instead of trying mentally picture it, will also help them keep up with their peers while we're doing this activity in class.